Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today, Harvest is officially here, and we're going to be grading every single card that is coming today. I'm a pretty solid drop. You know, the champions were definitely nice. We're going to talk about the lower overall guys before we get started, though. The shout out for today's video goes to my man Aaron Perez. He says no way they don't update these cards, talking about the season 3 cards, and they didn't. So yeah, Barry Sanders still super slow. Not sure why they did Barry like that, but they did Barry like that for some reason. If you want a chance to be shout out in the next one, let's comment a turkey emoji. And of course, if you are in the 50% of people who watch the videos and are not subscribed, what are you doing? Head down there, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications. But yes, let's just get started. I'm not sure how I'm going to really attack this. There's a lot of cards that are coming out, obviously in Harvest, but and they didn't show the lower overall cards as well. Like they didn't show us all the 85s. We know some of the names. I think Keaton Mitchell will be a pretty good budget name to go for, as well as the Mecole Hardman card. Also will be a pretty good budget card. Just just thinking, based on speed of their past cards, they both should be pretty solid budget cards. But getting started here with Wyatt Teller, and do keep in mind every single Harvest card gets Harvest Chem and their team Chem, which could be interesting as far as building a 25 Harvest, 25 maybe Browns team goes, or whatever the case is. So they do get, unlike most feared, where you could only pick one Chem, on these cards you get Harvest and a team Chem as well at the same time. If you have 25-25 for someone on Harvest and someone on a Browns team that actually is +2 speed, I'm just throwing that out there. Instead of going 50-50, you could do that too, which adds a little bit more flexibility. But Wyatt Teller looks like a pretty solid card. I'm gonna give this card probably like a B. I'm gonna give him a B, and there, I'll talk about if cards are a little bit different. So this card right here is a game day player. If the Commanders hold Dallas under 200 passing yards and St. Juste has 2+ tackles, he will turn to a 91 overall, which will give him +2 to these stats that you see right here. So if this does happen for St. Juste, he's a 6'3", potentially 92 speed corner. So, with those boosts, I'll give him like an A-. Without the boost, say he gets one of the boosts, we're kind of going to drop him down a grade each time. So A-, B+, B, depending on which upgrades, St. Juste does end up getting. But good size. The only problem with this card is going to be the coverage stats. And actually, I'm going to knock him down I'm just going to knock him down another peg there. So it's going to be B+, B, B-, depending on how many upgrades he gets, because he's low man, low zone. So, obviously those ratings do somewhat matter. Next we have Amon-Ra St. Brown. They did Amon-Ra dirty. I think Amon-Ra at this point in his career, how he's been playing this season, does deserve to get champion level cards. But instead, we have him getting a game day upgrade player. So an 89 overall, can reach 91. The best this card can get is 91 speed, and his route running it's okay. If he does get even +1, hitting 2 thresholds will definitely help him out. Unfortunately, though, this card, and even 84 catching traffic, this guy's right, is brutal on this card, man. So at best, you can get him up to 86 catching traffic. So I'm on Ross St. Brown. I'm going to go B-, C+, and then C, depending on what upgrades he does get. Next up, we just have a normal 89 overall. This is Brandon Sheriff here. I'm not going to spend too much time on Sheriff. I'll give him like a, C+, for Brandon Sheriff. Next up, we have page number 2. And we have the Harvest Justin Reed with 90 speed, 89 zone coverage. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of these 89s are just not good because EA, because there is a promo theme team now, EA is trying to make it a little bit more balanced. So they are nerfing cards and kind of keeping in mind that people are probably going to use, Harvest teams. So they're trying to make it a little bit more balanced, but they still want people to spend money and do things like that. So yeah, a lot of these 89s are just not that great, if we're being honest with ourselves. And again, they get Harvest and Chiefs Chems here. But a pretty decent card. I'm going to give him a B for Justin Reed. Next, we have Michael Pierce. He looks okay. The speed on this card and the acceleration is really low for a defensive tackle. He's not that great. So I'm going to give Michael Pierce probably like a C-. Next, we have CJ Mosley. This card is an F. Unless they update CJ Mosley, this card should never be used. Even on a Jets team, he does get Lurk Artist, but he has 86 speed. At best, 87 speed. I don't know why they did this card so dirty, but he's just not good. I was waiting for a Jets user. I was waiting for a Mosley upgrade, thinking he'd be decent. But I honestly think his Harvest, I think his most feared card last year is faster than this. I think so. But this card's just disrespectful. There's a real chance that he is updated, but maybe not. I don't know. This card is an F. Don't use him if he has 86 speed. I don't care. You cannot use that card. Next up, Julian Love, another game day player here. Seattle turnover and Love 2+ tackles. And his speed is 89, so, you know, even at par with the other safeties in this game right now, 5'11". I'm going to give Julian Love probably like a B-. Next, we have Jordan Love. He's also a game day player. He needs 2 touchdowns, and Green Bay needs to score 20-plus points, which is not going to be easy. It's just not going to be easy at all. And his card, he does get Slinger 1, so Love cards are actually pretty solid. I do like the Slinger 1 release. But, you know, 84 speed. I think doesn't his other card have that speed too? 84 or 81? Okay, it makes sense then. I thought his other card had 84 speed as well. But yeah, it could be a pretty solid card. And would be a big upgrade for the Packers team. You know, if they're able to get this upgrade fully, will be really nice. I'm gonna give Jordan Love like a B+. Next up, we got Marshawn Lattimore. And this was actually the first card they revealed, and it looked brutal, man. It looked brutal. 84 play rec is gonna matter. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, you see right here, low zone, low man, and he's got 89 speed. I mean, this card's like a C. It sucks to say, but Marshawn Lattimore's like a C. Next, we have Eric Kendricks. He's got 88 speed. I don't know if they said he got lurk artist or not. I actually don't remember. If he did, I would imagine he would if Mosley got it. I would imagine. But this card is just a better Mosley. If for some reason you need like a linebacker user for Harvest and you want to go BND, Eric Kendricks would be the option over CJ Mosley. Even on a Jets team, if I'm being honest with you. That's how bad Mosley is. Even 86 zone coverage is pretty good. So, not CJ Kendricks, Eric Kendricks. I'm going to give him I'll give him a B. Next up, we have Teron Johnson. He's got 89 speed. Good zone, better for zone, obviously. With decent press, good play rec, acceleration. Probably is going to be used on a Bills team. We're going to give him a B as well. I'll give him a B, C+. We'll give him a C+. Next up, Eddie Jackson with 90 speed, 80 acceleration, 91 zone, 89 play rec, and good pursuit. His card actually looks pretty decent. But he looks pretty good. I mean, he doesn't look bad. I mean, for an 89, especially these 89s, he looks pretty solid. I'm going to give Eddie Jackson I'll give him a B. I'll give Eddie a B. Next up, we have Rob Havenstein. For the Rams. Big for the Rams team. This card's pretty nice. Not like over 90 in a lot of these stats is really a W. I'm going to give him honestly an A- because he's over 90 in a lot of these stats. Over 90 run block, over 90 pass block, over 90 run block power, over 90 in strength, close run block finesse. Low pass block finesse and pass block power, but with that 90 pass block, it should still play okay. It really should. Next, we have Robert Hansley. And you see right here, he's under 90 in a lot of these stats, which means he'll be worse, man. He'll probably a B- for Robert at center. Next, we have Jake Ferguson, another game day player here. This card is not that great, even with +2, which is a chance he doesn't get 4 receptions, and there's a chance that Dallas... I don't know if it's Dallas allows or Dallas needs to have 3 or more sacks. That's even tough. So this card even getting any plus is actually going to be really hard. And even if they do, you know, an 88 speed tight end right now is not that great. Potentially 89 if you have a Dallas team. So Jake Ferguson, C+. I'll give him a C+. C+ for Ferguson. Next up, we have James Conner. Do they always cheat his speed, man? But yeah, at 87 speed, man. I mean, this card's he's like a D+. I'll give him a D+. Next up, Josh Sweat. This card's actually not bad. He is one of the turducken players, which I believe you are gonna have to pick. So they said there's gonna be 6 turducken players, and through solos, through house rules, and there's one more, through the field pass, you're able to pick 3 of them. So you're gonna have to pick 3 of these turducken players. Josh Sweat is one of them. Not a bad option. He's got good finesse moves, and he's got pretty good speed off the edge, 90 tackling. He's not bad. So for one of those free options, I don't hate it. We head over here, there are some more guys. We have Terry McLaurin, we have Arden Key, we have Kyle Juszczyk, Javon Holland. Those are our other, I think we have one more maybe, and then I think it's Trent Brown. So if I were to pick 3, I would definitely pick Trent Brown. I would probably pick Juszczyk as well. He's actually a really good fullback. We don't have that many good fullbacks in this game right now. I mean, 87 speed at fullback with pretty good stats. I probably would go Trent Brown, Juszczyk, and I do like Arden Key. Arden Key is not awful. I do think Arden Key is going to be better than Sweat as well, because even though he's a little bit slower, he does actually have over 90 finesse moves and good tackling, good play rec. So if I were to pick one, either Arden Key or Josh Sweat, I would probably go with Arden Key. But, you know, Terry McLaurin's there too. Terry McLaurin, this card is just not good. Very disrespectful, honestly, for this card. I mean, low route running across the board, and also 91 speed. It's not the best, but, you know, he's a free card, so it makes sense why EA cheated them. And also there's this Jordan Reed coming out, who looks like I might pick him. Jordan Reed's only 6'2"? Jordan Reed's only 6 foot. Wait, nah, I gotta Google that. Wait, I thought Jordan Reed was like 6'5", bro. I feel like they put Andre Reed stats in. Jordan Reed height. Oh, he's really 6'2". Jordan Reed is 6'2", bro. I always thought he was like, holy shit. Okay, anyway, Let's get into these 91s. We already talked about the 91s. Now we have the champions left. So Pat Surtain's our first champion here. Pat Surtain is a really monster card. 6'2", 92 speed, 89 zone, 93 man coverage. If you play zone, definitely want to boost that zone coverage a little bit. So you can have over 90 zone, high man coverage, good jumping, decent agility, good play rate, good acceleration. This card's gonna play like a monster, and is probably the best, one of the best corners in the game, up there with DRC as well as Champ Bailey. He's right up there with those guys. Probably better, honestly, because he looks to have more well-rounded stats than DRC for sure. So Pat Surtain, I'm gonna give Pat Surtain. Let's give him an A plus. We'll give him an A plus. Next up, Joey Porter. And apparently there's gonna be a Joey Porter cornerback coming out. They have the dad-kid chemistry apparently. This will be useful for Harvest Release 2, which is gonna be Joey Porter most likely. But 95 tackling on this card. I don't really see a place where this card's gonna really play that effectively. I mean, he's got good power move, decent finesse move. But, you know, there are faster edgers in this game right now. But he does get 2x Harvest Chems. All champions, LT and LTDs will get 2x Harvest Chems. So, Joey Porter will probably see the field. But, you know, I'll give him like a B. He doesn't knock my socks off. Next, we have Patty Mahomes. I'll be doing a gameplay on him. You know, if you're watching this a little bit later in the day, the gameplay is probably already out. Patrick Mahomes, I think he will be the best quarterback in the game. I think he will. And obviously, we cannot see the card's full stats right now. But if I had to imagine, they're going to give him good acceleration. So with Warren Moon, he has 87 speed, but only 80 acceleration. You definitely can feel that. If you go back and watch my Warren Moon gameplay, there's a couple of times where I'm running the ball with Warren Moon, and it looks like he's a snail because he has low acceleration. So if Patty has like kind of flip stats to Warren Moon where he has high acceleration, low speed, the card's actually going to feel pretty good. I'll tell you that right now. So yeah, he does get set feet. I'm not sure why they didn't put abilities here. Normally they put abilities there. Maybe someone else put it here, but he does get set feet. He does not get hot route master. So that's kind of interesting, but he does get set feet lead, which is one of the better abilities in the game right now. And he has Slinger 2 release. He has his own Patrick Mahomes release, but really good stats across the board. If you have the Gunslinger strat card, 96 throw power is going to play crazy, and I'm definitely excited to use this card and try him out. So Mahomes, definitely a monster. I'm going to give him an A. I'll give him an A. Let's give him an A. Next up is Dexter Lawrence. This card is a D, and I'll explain why. If you have, so this guy said priority pickup right here. I don't know if he is. I know people are going to be going crazy about these stats here, but to me, there are just still better other defensive tackles in the game right now. We can go and look at them right now if you'd like to. But the reason I'll tell you why I think Dexter Lawrence is not going to play that well. Even this Sheldon Rankins card, he at least has 87 acceleration. Acceleration is one of the most underrated stats on defensive tackles because you need that short burst of speed in a short amount of space. Speed doesn't matter on defensive tackles because you're not running them. You know, they're not playing cornerback. All you need is that short burst of speed to make the tackle. And look at this right here. William Perry, 91 acceleration. And my previous favorite defensive tackle was the Gravedigger card. He's got 92 acceleration. Even with this low speed, he felt like a monster in the backfield. I felt like he was getting there so fast because of that acceleration. And Dexter Lawrence, he's literally got 80 acceleration with 76 speed. This card, he might get into the backfield, but if you're running inside zone, he might just get beat every single time. But he's a big body, 6'4", 342. But it does have good stats. So, you know, there probably is a place you can play this card. I would, if you're running two linemen in the middle, run Dexter Lawrence and run one of those guys I just showed you, right? Run one of those guys. Even with like my Quinnen Williams card that I use the Quinnen Williams card a lot, and I feel the acceleration. Like I only use him because he's on the Jets team. Only reason why I use this card. If not, I would not be using Quinnen Williams' card. I'd be using the Gravedigger card. I'd be using even William Perry right now. So that's gonna be the same for Dexter Lawrence. I'll give him a C minus. He's got some good stats. We'll go see. We'll go see. The stats are good on the card. The stats are good besides the acceleration. Next up, limited time, Edgerrin James. This card, I'm kind of interested to see the full stats on this card. Obviously, I'm recording this before the cards are fully out, but we still have a pretty decent idea. Normally, if we take a look back at like old Edgerrin James cards, I believe he had one last year. If we look up Edgerrin here, Edgerrin James, is that how you spell it? There's an E there. It's like that. That's how you spell Edgerrin. We take a look back at an Edgerrin James card. Even his, I thought he had an AKA, did he not? Oh, it's just Edge, right? Yeah, Edge. Okay, he had this 91 overall AKA card. And you see right here, they made him a really good pass catcher last year. With good short route running, good catching, and he's 6'2", 219. So a really good weight with a high juke move. This is pretty much, it's kind of what this card's going to look like to me. But the only difference is going to be with the, I didn't mean to do that. The only difference that's going to happen with this and James card is, and he's only 6 foot this year too. They might make him 6'2". I don't know. You know, this is not official, obviously, the height and stuff. But it looks like they're going to cheat his pass catching, I'm pretty sure. That's kind of what it feels like. If I can, I don't know if I can get the other page there. I'm really doing some gymnastics here, it looks like. There we go. That should be good. Okay, never mind. They won't let me do it. They will not let me do it. Okay, I'm just going to switch over to... Okay, now this shit is going crazy now. Now we're going crazy. Are we good here? Yeah, here we go. Okay, I want to get back here. They even gave him... Yeah, they gave him good trucking last year. And again, he's going to have low trucking this year. So I don't know. This card looks to be a little bit different than our previous Edgerrin James cards. So me anticipating he'll kind of have low trucking and low pass catching stats. I'm going to give him a B. I don't think he's going to really... Like, if you have a Seattle team, like, Kenneth Walker's still better. You know what I mean? Like, he just is. And for our last card, we have Amari Cooper. 91 speed for a champion. Looking at the wide receiver landscape, is he anything special? No, he's not. He's nothing special, if we're being honest with ourselves. You know what I mean? He looks like Garrett Wilson that came out 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Maybe he's slightly better because he has 2 route running thresholds. So I'm going to give Amari Cooper a B. But overall, this drop, besides Patty, pretty lackluster. Besides Patty and Surtain. Both Patties. Patty, Surtain, and Patty Mahomes. It's a pretty mid drop. Being honest, hopefully part 2 comes a little bit hotter. And dude, Blitz looks like it's gonna be crazy, bro. It looks like Blitz can be a lot of rookies. So we should maybe see, Bryce Young get cards, Bijan Robinson get cards, guys like that. Jahmyr Gibbs will probably get an upgrade. No, Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't need an upgrade. What receivers? Maybe Tank Dell. Oh, that could be a fire one. Tank Dell could be a fire one. But it looks like they're gonna just be dropping rookies for Blitz. So I'm excited for Blitz. But let me know down in the comment section, what do you think of Harvest Part 1? And as always, I will see you boys in the next one.